history is full of firsts.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Many of those firsts shaped our way of life. For 70 years, KPRC Channel 2 has been proud to be pioneers in shaping television and Houston history.
In a state the size of Texas, everyone can enjoy.
Calls in the storms Thursday.
Minutes before 9 o'clock, the crew's here telling you.
For the first time in a long, they had 11. See the sum of your pay.
Isn't it good to work for a place that has a sense of history? And indeed it is.
See, taking the president from Spring to College Station follows.
If you have something you'd like Channel 2 Investigates to check out, call the tip line at 713-223-TIPS or email investigates@click2houston.com. Live from KPRC, this is Channel 2 News at 10.
Right now at 10, separating fact from fiction when it comes to novel coronavirus, what Houston area leaders are doing to quash misinformation.
Plus, Channel 2 investigates a toxic chemical in Houston's drinking water, the test results that show where there are still concerns about the water supply.
Rain is on the way. Will you need an umbrella for Election Day? I'll show you the timeline.
And we begin tonight with the coronavirus crisis and local leaders trying to separate fact from fiction here. Hello, and thank you for joining us. I'm Dominique Saxa.
Good evening. I'm Jonathan Martinez. So far, there have been 6 U.S. deaths from coronavirus, all in the Seattle area. Cases have topped 100 here in the U.S. and have spread to nearly a dozen states. Vice President Mike Pence says the federal government will find money to reimburse states to buy equipment and fight the spread of coronavirus.
Tonight, Harris County leaders doing their part to control rumors about the virus here in the Houston area. Channel 2's Jacob Rascone live tonight with that part of the story. Jacob?
And Dominique, we are live tonight in Chinatown, a Houston community that has suffered as a result of those coronavirus rumors. But there are many more rumors on top of that, so many that county leaders decided to do something about it. The coronavirus itself is not spreading nearly as fast as the fear of coronavirus and misinformation about the disease.
If there were to be a case, a diagnosed case, we would notify the community immediately.
Front and center on the Reddy Harris website is now a rumor control page about COVID-19 with 7 rumors and counting, including this one that people in Houston tested positive and are currently in a secret isolation ward, which is false, just like the rumor that it is somehow unsafe to travel to Chinatown during the outbreak.
Because of the fear, that is understandable. There's a lot of misinformation out there.
Throughout the area, meanwhile, the run on certain supplies has shifted from masks, which are still out of stock in many stores, to cleaning supplies.
Lately, it's been more hand sanitizers and cleaners and things like that has been what we've been running into that people have kind of cleaned us out on.
Rodeo Houston organizers have added extra hand washing and sanitizing stations this year, and they encourage the millions of expected visitors to bring their own sanitizer and wipes if they can.
We don't want people that aren't feeling well, that may have something they could spread to someone. If they stay home, then that's going to limit the exposure to all the people that we have out here on the grounds.
Other rumors include that you should wear a mask to protect yourself against coronavirus and that the flu shot will protect you against the coronavirus. Both of those are false. You can find all of the rumors on the Reddy Harris site and as well on our website. And by the way, it is still true that there are no diagnosed cases of coronavirus here in Houston. Live in Chinatown, I'm Jacob Rascone, KPRC Channel 2 News.
Thank you, Jacob. And with the rising concerns surrounding coronavirus, we reached out to several Houston area schools about their studying abroad programs. The Texas State University says it is monitoring its programs, but will not send students to any areas considered high risk for the virus. The University of Houston is restricting travel to all high-risk countries. Texas A&M has imposed new restrictions on foreign travel. Rice University says no plans have been canceled so far.
Some new information tonight about a Rice University employee who may have been exposed to the coronavirus while traveling overseas. The Harris County Public Health Department tells us that person was tested yesterday. The test kit was mailed to the Centers for Disease Control Laboratory out in Atlanta today. It's expected to arrive sometime tomorrow. The results should be available between 24 to 72 hours after that. The university has recommended that the 17 individuals a staff member came in contact with also self-isolate themselves.
We continue to put this in perspective, comparing coronavirus to the flu. According to Johns Hopkins Medicine, there are approximately 90,279 people infected with coronavirus worldwide. There is an estimated 1 billion infected with the flu. So far, more than 3,000 people have died from coronavirus around the world, and there have been 6 deaths here in the U.S. Somewhere between 291,000 and 646,000 people die every year from the flu globally. Also important to note, health experts say most people who contract coronavirus will not need hospitalization. Coronavirus mostly affects the elderly and those with underlying conditions. Now, the markets rebounded today from their worst weeks since the financial crisis. The Dow posting its best day in more than a decade. The Dow closing up nearly 1,300 points. The S&P 500 gained 136 and the Nasdaq up 384. We are following some breaking news to pass along. A disturbing discovery in a Houston bayou, a decomposing body.
Yeah, Channel 2's Bill Barajas is live near Brays Bayou, just off of Spur 5 near Old Spanish Trail. That's also near the University of Houston with the newest information. Bill?
Well, that body was actually found by fishermen at about 6:30 tonight. They immediately called 911, and now HPD is trying to figure out how long that man's body was in the water. Now, I'd like to give you a better look at the scene, but it's extremely dark, and the scene has cleared here. Now, again, the discovery was made at about 6:30 tonight. Police were not able to tell us much about the victim, but crime scene investigators spent several hours combing the scene, trying to figure out how the victim ended up in the bayou and how long he's actually been there. Now, this area of Brays Bayou is pretty secluded and near train tracks, but on the other side, you'll find several subdivisions and running trails. Now, again, police do not have very much information, so they're asking anyone who might have information to come forward and call the Houston Police Department. Live in Southeast Houston, Bill Barajas, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
All right, Bill, thank you, sir. New at 10 o'clock, Houston police are hoping surveillance video helps them track down 3 men who robbed a food truck out in the Gulf Gate area. It happened back on January the 22nd along Telephone Road and Winkle Drive in Houston's southeast side. 2 men were seen entering the Taqueria Sol del Monterrey food truck and waving guns around. Police say the pair then forced the employee to open the registers and took the cash. We're told a 3rd man stood outside that truck as a lookout. If you have any information about this case, you're urged to contact Crime Stoppers at number 713-222-TIPS.
In the race for the White House, Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders is leading the charge here in Texas. That's according to a Real Clear Politics average of recent statewide polls. Sanders leads with 31%. That's 5 points ahead of former Vice President Joe Biden, who's at 26%. Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren is in 3rd with 16%, and former New York Mayor Mike Bloomberg in 4th now with 15%. Super Tuesday and the Texas primary are tomorrow. Polls open tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. sharp, and they'll be open till 7 p.m. tomorrow night. More than 1,300 delegates are at stake tomorrow for Democrats hoping to take over the White House. 228 of those delegates will come right here in Texas.
And breaking tonight, 3 former Democratic hopefuls have just endorsed former Vice President Joe Biden up in Dallas. Pete Buttigieg, Senator Amy Klobuchar, and even former Texas Congressman Beto O'Rourke.
Let's get the very latest now from Channel 2's Keith Garvin on this race and others on the ballot. Keith?
California has more delegates up for grabs than Texas does tomorrow. Polls in the Golden State show Bernie Sanders likely will have an impressive win there. Sanders is leading most polls here in Texas, but political analysts believe the Lone Star State could have an even bigger impact on the future of several candidates.
Super Tuesday fever has arrived one night early here in Texas. Hours after a rally at TSU in Houston, former Vice President Joe Biden holding an event in Dallas, showing off new endorsements from former Senate candidate Beto O'Rourke and former rivals Amy Klobuchar and Pete Buttigieg, who have just recently dropped out of the Democratic race for president.
You have my back, and I promise I'll have yours.
Biden is polling closely behind Senator Bernie Sanders here in Texas and also nationwide. Although the focus is on those two candidates, along with Elizabeth Warren, Rice University political science professor Mark Jones says Tuesday's results may weigh most heavily on former New York Mayor Michael Bloomberg.
If on Super Tuesday, Michael Bloomberg can't amass a number of delegates that at least gets him somewhat close to Biden, there's going to be quite a bit of pressure on him to drop out.
Local and statewide races also will garner attention in Texas Tuesday. One of the most closely watched races is the Republican primary to replace outgoing Congressman Pete Olson in District 22. Fort Bend County Sheriff Troy Nels, Pierce Bush, and Kathleen Wall expected to fight for a likely runoff in May.
In a lot of races, what we're going to be watching locally are, does someone win more than 50% plus one and avoid a May runoff? And if they don't, which two candidates will be facing off in May?
4 Democratic candidates also, of course, are running in that primary for the seat in District 22. Another race to watch will be the effort by several Democratic challengers to force Harris County District Attorney Kim Ogg into a May runoff. Jonathan?
All right, we'll be watching. Thanks a lot, Keith. The Democratic field for president has continued to shrink over the past couple of days, and that may disappoint folks who perhaps early voted. If you voted for a candidate who has since bowed out, you cannot go back to vote again, but the votes won't go completely to waste. If a candidate who dropped out does receive any delegates, they can designate them onto another candidate still in the running.
And we're teaming up once again with the League of Women Voters Houston for an all-day election phone bank. Volunteers will be on hand tomorrow, 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. to answer calls in both English and Spanish. We will give out that phone number tomorrow on Channel 2 News Today. And you can find a polling place closest to you on click2houston.com.
Channel 2 investigates a toxic chemical in Houston's drinking water.
It's in way more of our water supplies than I think any of us have imagined.
Still to come, the test results that show where there are still concerns about the water supply safety.
And I already have one fog advisory. It's for marine interest right there at the bay. That's until noon tomorrow. So some fog to start Tuesday. We'll talk about that. This low, that's winding up there in the Baja. That's going to continue to move our way for Wednesday. So straight ahead, the morning fog. We'll look at the visibilities, the storm timeline for Wednesday, and how much rain I'm expecting. I'll have that straight ahead.
Thank you, Frank. And caught on camera, a man lights a Texas statue of a bird on fire. The search for this arsonist next on Channel 2 News at 10.
Houston.com.
New at 10 tonight, Austin police are on the hunt for a man caught on camera lighting a statue on fire right in front of City Hall. Surveillance camera video shows the moment that a man walked up to the statue of a grackle and lit it on fire. Shortly after, it was engulfed in flames, as you can see. This statue was destroyed, damage said to be about $5,000. We do have new details tonight into a Channel 2 investigation into this toxic, cancer-causing chemical in Houston's tap water. We have brand new test results on this.
And as health reporter Haley Hernandez shows us, we could finally see some changes after years of our relentless reporting.
A little slice of heaven, a backyard oasis, paradise tucked away in the heart of what some now consider ground zero for a toxic, cancer-causing chemical in Houston's drinking water. Barbara is a retiree in Alief, chair of her super neighborhood, and for years hosting town halls demanding action.
We want each of those wells tested to actually find the source, because it's only in one particular zip code.
KPRC Channel 2 Investigates has been reporting on chromium-6 in the city's tap water since 2016. The highest levels found in zip code 77099. After our reports aired, the city's public work department agreed to continue testing A-Leaf's drinking water. Over the years, the levels have fluctuated. Now KPRC Channel 2 Investigates got its hands on the latest numbers. Some areas almost undetectable, but others higher than ever.
It's in way more of our water supplies than I think any of us have imagined.
Erin Brockovich, environmental crusader, is famous for a real-life movie about her fight against chromium-6. Here's the catch about it. Even though scientists say it can cause cancer, technically, legally, Houston's water is declared safe to drink. The reason, there is no federal standard just for chromium-6 in drinking water.
Because it's a way for us not to find out. We're obviously, our new revolution is technology and Google, and we can find information like we've never found before, and we're starting to realize that this chromium-6 is a bad actor, clearly.
Tiffany Thomas is A-Leaf's new council member.
Within the first 30 to 40 days, I had a meeting with Public Works to address this issue specifically.
She says even though it's not required, Public Works will continue to test tap water for chromium-6.
The larger question and opportunity for us as a district is how do we engage with our federal representatives to look at changing some of these guidelines.
Last year, Congressman Al Green and other members of Congress wrote a letter to the EPA urging them to set a new federal standard.
The EPA has been, in my opinion, dragging its feet. We've got to get the EPA to understand that this is critical, crucial, and important.
And KPRC Channel 2 Investigates reached out to the EPA multiple times about setting a federal standard. Each time, the year for a decision gets pushed back. So we asked Councilmember Thomas, instead of seeking help from the federal level, can the city come up with its own standard?
I think inquiry is important because it allows us to think differently about what was done. And so we have an opportunity again to introduce something. I'm totally willing to take lead on that.
So how safe is the water in your town? Right now on click2houston.com, we have an interactive map where you can search by zip code. You'll find it on the homepage. I'm health reporter Haley Hernandez, KPRC Channel 2 News.
All right, a little hot out there, a little hazy, pollen, of course, but all in all, it's not too bad. No rain.
Yeah, well, I think we're going to start seeing that increase a little bit tomorrow, but Wednesday's the day to watch.
That's the one.
I know. Happy Independence Day. Texas Independence, March 2nd. I know, a couple of nice flags here. That's Brenham right there.
Right.
And look at that sunset.
Beautiful.
I know, gorgeous out there. All right, let's get to it. Temperatures today made it to 80 at Hobby and 81 at Bush, so it was warm, and it's still mild. 68, 2.65, humidity's way up there. In Galveston, you can see a little bit of the fog. Normally you can see the Galvez back there, so we've got a little bit of that going on. No surprise, 2.68, temperature 69, humidity's 96%, and the winds are calming down. So these temperatures, generally in the upper 60s, aren't going to go down more than 1 or 2 degrees overnight. They're going to match that dew point. That's going to really bring in that condensation. So the fog is going to be the #1 issue for tomorrow morning. Look at these 3, 5, 6 mile-an-hour winds. So nothing to break that up. Visibility right now, not so bad, but it's starting to go down. 4 miles in Galveston, Anahuac, 4.5 in Dayton, just dropping to 5 in Wharton, Pearland, 7 at Hobby, just dropped to 7 in Columbus. So things are beginning to get a little murky out there. And by the time we get to 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, forecast is for a half-mile visibility pretty much across our area. That will improve by 9 o'clock pretty rapidly. The sun will burn this off. So when we get to 9, 10 o'clock, we're back to 11, 10, 12 miles visibility. So no problems. But tomorrow morning's commute, make sure you're watching Britta because it could slow down a little bit. Not much on radar for us right now. So let's bring this out to show you what we're watching. This is system right back here that's spinning there in the Baja, that low. And if you follow the jet stream, which is these red arrows here, it's 150 mile-an-hour winds. This is going to be a bowling ball, and we're going to be the 10 pin. It's just going to come right toward us. And as a result, I think we'll see some strong storms move through here on Wednesday. I'll put some pause points in here, and we'll go a little tighter in just a moment. This is 9 o'clock on Wednesday. You see already the showers. They continue right through the day, and then they move on pretty quickly by Thursday. So the rain amounts are right in line where you see that track, but that's right across our part of Texas. And this has come down to the south a little bit. These 2-inch amounts were way to the north, but now they're starting to come more in our direction. So 1 to 2 inches is going to be fairly common with this. Here's the close-up of this then. We got 10 o'clock right now, Tuesday, maybe a quick shower. If you're heading to the polls, you might just keep an umbrella handy. That's going to be really about it. Then Wednesday, 6 a.m., these showers, that's our commute. These storms move through in the afternoon. That's our afternoon commute. The evening still has showers and scattered storms. And then even to about midnight, at least some rain. So Wednesday is a wet day, and I think we can see some strong storms move through here. After that, we go into some lovely weather, but we got to get there. 80 for tomorrow, 74 Wednesday, and then an 80% chance of rain. Then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we spring forward 1 hour. All's looking pretty good in the 70s. And in fact, next week we get our next chance of rain. So if we get this in and out of here, we'll end up with a nice weekend. But like I said, we got to get there first. We're watching Wednesday, a Wednesday wallop.
Wednesday watcha.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you, Frank.
Right.
Randy joins us now with the latest on the Red Hot Rockets and a nail-biting game ender tonight.
This is a game they had to have. This gets a terrible Knicks team. 23 games left entering tonight, and they had a major meltdown after that big win Saturday in Boston. Didn't go well against the Knicks. We'll show you what went wrong tonight at the Big Apple. Plus, a high school boys road to state. Yates on the floor, and the Lions roaring again. Top highlights next in sports.
Hey guys, Rachel Maddow is my guest tonight. Plus, we have Pamela Adlon, music from Joji. The Tonight Show starts in just a few minutes.
New tonight.
All right, welcome into the Xfinity Sports Desk tonight. The Rockets Day actually began with some good news. Mike D'Antoni earning Coach of the Month honors. Then tonight, the Rockets, D'Antoni's club, with their worst loss of the year against a terrible Knicks team. It was all Knicks early, but Robert Covington right there for the three ball. He had the big night, 20 on the evening for the Rockets. They were down 52-39, but the Rockets battled back. James Harden steps into that three. It was 118-115. Now Russell Westbrook on the attack. He'll throw it down. Very nice play there. Rockets down only 2. Last chance for the Rockets, down a couple. Westbrook with the stop and pop. It is no good. Rockets lose one tonight. Again, terrible loss. First loss at Madison Square Garden since January of 2009. Clippers coming here on Thursday night. All right, new rankings are out in college basketball. Kelvin Sampson's Cougars climbing the national polls. U of H checking in at number 21 in both the AP and the coaches polls. Cougars are 22-7. They will visit UConn coming up on Thursday night. All right, high school playoff action. Sold out crowd in Alvin watching Yates and Lamarck tonight. This one all Yates. They put on a clinic. The Lions raining threes. Darryl Brown for the corner. Jonathan Ross for the other corner. Reuben Jones fielded it from distance as well. Jones again, and when they actually did miss, guys, check it out. Huge follow slam by Reuben Jones right there. That's how good Yates is right now. They win 117-67. They're moving on to the regional round. The Cy Creek girls team will take a 40-0 record to this weekend's UIL State Tournament in San Antonio. A great season, but the Cougars want the championship hardware. Vanessa Richardson was on campus today.
The Cy Creek Cougars have their eyes on a state championship.
I say like the best part is just having that feeling again of excitement or going to state like we did freshman year.
2 years ago, the Cougars fell short. They're hoping this year is different, and it should be. They're undefeated and dominating.
And watching them as freshmen, it was a heartbreaker when we got beat 2 years ago, and I knew they would set their sights on getting back.
And in the rare moments where the Cougars might fall behind during a game, they're able to almost flip a switch and end up winning the game, which they attribute to team chemistry.
You don't want players to like think they have a switch they can turn on, but some of these our group kind of does sometimes. Even on the court, you'll see them huddle up and say, "Hey, let's go. Let's adjust to whatever's happening right now."
The girls are especially thankful for the unwavering support system they have in the Cy Creek community.
It makes you have a sense of pride, you know, like it makes you think more about what you're doing, like off the court and on the court, because you know that you have so many people in your corner and supporting you.
At Cy Creek, Vanessa Richardson, KPRC Channel 2 Sports.
Hey, they're pretty happy right there. That's a great basketball team. Again, 2 more. They got a state championship.
Bring back the hardware.
That's right.
All right. Thanks a lot.
We'll be right back.
Yes for less.
Just before Fallon tonight, Apple has agreed to settle a lawsuit over slow iPhones. The company has announced it will pay up to $500 million to settle litigation accusing the company of slowing down older phones to push owners to buy replacement phones or batteries. Under the deal, owners of certain iPhone models will be entitled to $25 per device. Apple admitted back in 2017 that its software update did slow down older phones, but the company insists it was to stop a battery problem. The settlement covers U.S. owners of the iPhone 6, 6 Plus, 6S, 6S Plus, 7, 7 Plus, or SE.
Okay.
Go check it out.
I was going to say, wait, there's more. I'm sure I've got one, if not 2 or 3 of those phones somewhere laying around.
I think my mother has my old 7, and she's like, why does this thing run out of battery?
Now we know.
That's right.
Sorry, Mom.
Here comes $25.
Yeah, that's 100.
That'll make a difference with an iPhone.
Fine app.
Okay. Oh, by the way, I've blogged about the warm weather in the last several years have had warm Marches. So read all about it. Click to Houston.com/weather in my blog. Look for fog tomorrow morning. Temperatures do not change much, right around 68. Wednesday is the day to watch. We'll be updating you all day Tuesday on it.
All right. Thank you, Frank. Thank you so much for watching. The Tonight Show is next.
We'll see you again tomorrow. Good night.